students. Today we will be doing MS Access, a software of MS Office. For this, we should understand first what is the data. Now all of you are aware, be it an office, a business center, a Facebook account or a school, we require data at every moment. Now that data can be an image, it could be a detail of a student, it could be the address of a student, it could be the marks of the student, it could be the fee structure of a student. So everything is to be maintained somewhere. Now why do we need to maintain it somewhere? Because there are various transactions also going on. Let's take the example of our school only. Now here you get the report cards, aren't you? You're getting the report cards. Now when you are getting the report cards, you get the report card for the first term and then for the second term and the cumulative report card. Now that cumulative report card means the data of all the terms together. That means that data is to be stored somewhere and can be manipulated or can be converted into some other kind of a report. So that means that data is to be stored somewhere, and if we want to upgrade that data, maybe the change of address would be there, or some child's marks are entered wrongly and that also is to be rectified. So what happens? The upgradation of the data should also happen within the span of time. So for this purpose, we require data to be stored somewhere. Now electronically, how a data can be stored? Electronically, we have various softwares. One of the software, which is a package of MS Office, is MS Access. Now today we are going to learn about MS Access, how the data can be stored, what is a database, what is the need of a database, what are the different objects of a database. So first of all, when we launch MS Access software, this is the screen. This is known as a getting started screen. This is the screen which we will get, in which it is said new blank database or the existing database list is also in front of us. Suppose we have created already a database, so from here we can select and do the upgradation in that. So let us start doing with a blank database. Now when we click on blank database, you will see towards the right hand side there is an icon says file name. The file name, by default the computer gives a file name as database 4.accdb. Now .accdb is the extension name of Access database files. This you should always remember. Then this database 4 is the default name given by the system, but we can also change this name and give our own understandable name. And then we'll say create. We'll press the button create. Now when we press the button create, this is the interface which we've got. Now one more thing you should always understand, that database is just like a box. It's like a box having different kinds of chocolates. So this is your database, and different kind of chocolates would be your objects. Now here, this is the box of chocolates. The chocolates are displayed over here. Now the very important of the chocolate which is already present is table. Table is a place where we store all kind of data. Just imagine this situation that in a school, student is the main property of a school. So student data is to be stored somewhere. So where are we going to do it? Just say for example, in case of if we see it manually, your class teacher stores your data on a nominal roll. So nominal roll is the database for your class teacher, for her own class. Similarly, for the school, when the school's students' database is to be stored, we're going to store it in a table. Now what is a table basically? Table is a combination of columns, rows and columns. Combination of columns and rows. Each column is known as a field and each row is known as a record. Each row is known as a record and each column is known as a field. Now, how are we going to create a table? First of all, we're going to learn this. The upper portion is known as a ribbon, where you have various tabs available, that is home tab, create, external data, database tools and data sheet. Now, if I am going to create a table, first of all you click here, right click and go to the design view. This is one way of doing it, or we can directly go to the view option of which group? Rows and columns. This is one group, another group is data type and formatting. Third group is relationships. So we will go to the design view. We'll go to the design view. It will ask what is the name of the table. We've given the same name as table 1. This is given by the system by default. So we'll click on OK. This is the screen which we will get. Now here it is asking us to put key field name, data type and description. Description area is the optional area. So suppose I want to create a database of class 10A. Now I want to have admission number, roll number of the student.
All the teachers need to report to computer lab for a short meeting. All the teachers are requested to report to computer lab for a short meeting.
I want to have the name of the student and bus route, the house. This is what you have in the nominals. Now for creating this, computer should understand. Computer does not understand that what kind of data is to be entered in admission number, whether it is a numeric data or it is a textual data. So that has to be communicated to the system so that it can only allow that type of data. That is known as data type. Name of the field can be written like if I write here admission number. Do not put dot or period sign because that is not allowed. Then go here. There are just see. This is a drop down menu showing various data types: text, memo, number, date, time, currency, and yes, no, OLE object, hyperlink, attachment, and lookup result. Now I want to store in admission number the numeric, purely numeric data. So I will select here number. Description I just wanted to write, this is the admission number of a student. This is optional. If you want to write, it's okay. If you do not want to write, omit this. Then come here, say roll number. Number.
Teachers, if you want to go home at 1 o'clock, so please run and come.
Then the another field is name of the student. So we will write student name. Now student name, all of you are aware that this is just textual. Now a number is required in that. So text is the default and the correct data type. So text, let it be text only. Then it is bus route. Bus route. Again, it is a textual data because it has, roots like SW file. So SW file, all the three things are come under textual data, that is alphanumeric data. Then you have house. House is again purely text, Kaveri, Godavari and so on. So then we will close it here from here. Now before closing, one more thing I wanted to tell you is this key. Did you see this key? This key means the primary key. Now what is the duty of the primary key? Why do we require primary key? Let's understand like this. In a class of various students, if I say, Sarthak, please stand up. So what happens? There could be 2 or 3 Sarthak. If I am not very clear, Sarthak Agarwal should stand up, then only the Sarthak Agarwal will understand that ma'am is calling me. Similarly here, computer should know which of the field out of these is the unique field which identifies a record uniquely. For that, we assign that field as primary key. Primary key identifies a record uniquely. That is the duty of primary key. If I put a primary key as roll number, that's okay. Roll number is also unique in a particular class. But I cannot put student name as a primary key because student names could be same. 2 students can have same names. So we cannot have. Bus routes can also not be there because there could be 3, 4, 5 students who can go in the same bus route. So bus routes are also duplicating. House, again duplicating. So what are the fields? Admission number and roll number, which uniquely identifies a particular child. So out of these 2, we can have one as admission number. To put the admission number 1 as a primary key. So to put by default, the first key comes as primary key. But if you want to assign this as a primary key, we can select like this also. Is that clear? Now this is our default primary key. Let it be like this. We'll close it. We'll save it. Now did you see this is the table which you will get. Double click on the table. Now this is the screen which you will get. This is the data sheet view. Now in this data sheet view, try to enter now the data or the records. Let's say if I am given here. And how many fields are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields are there. If by mistake I wanted to create, by mistake I have not created another field, I can create it from right here. I need not to go to the structure design view. So I can select it from here only. Now if I close it here, now I want to enter the data, the entry of the data is done by data sheet view, but I want to enter the data through a form. I want to design an interface for the user to make the data entry. So for that, another object is one object we have learned, table, another object is form. Let us start making a form. So we'll go to the Create tab. Within the Create tab, we have the option Forms. This is the option. Did you see the form group? Within the form group, we have more forms. We'll go to the form wizard. form wizard. Now within the form wizard, here by default the table 1 comes. But if we have 5-6 tables over here, this drop down menu will give me the detail of all tables available. So I will select a table from here. Let's say I have selected table number 1. Whatever table I will select, the fields will be shown over here automatically. Now if I want to select, I want to add all the fields. So I just click onto this. If I want to select this, we can do it like this also. But the easiest way is doing like this. Then click on next. Since it is a wizard, so it is going to ask you so many questions. What type of, do you want columnar, do you want tabular, do you want a data sheet view, do you want a justified? Let's say I have taken it as justified. Then again go next. There are various views available. You see the preview is shown here. I have selected this, which is flow, and then I'll click on next. I'll say open the form to view or enter, finish. This is your data. Now the first record is already there. I want to add up. Please note down, please see this status bar. This is also known as navigation bar. Now this navigation bar has this option which shows the first record and this option which shows the last record. Now this was my last record, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is how, see, it says 2 of 2. If I click here, it will show me 1 of 2 because only 2 records are there in my this table. I want to enter new data. Go here, say new blank. I'll just put it admission number. Press tab. Write down the name of the student. Write down the bus route. House. Then again go to the next. Student name, bus route, house. This is how the navigation bar is showing me the increase of number of records. And I close from here. So this is the table 1, which is the form. Let's see the difference between the icons. The icon for the form is this, icon for the table is this. I'll just make it little more visible to you. Now let us do another object, which is query. Query object comes under other group. Now what do you mean by query? Query means a question. I have a question about this. I want to manipulate some data. Suppose I want to have all the students of SW1. So I can get the SW1 students. Your teacher wants to have all the students who are going in SW1 route. So she can manipulate the table accordingly and get the desired result. So I'll go to query design. Query design, the first dialog box which comes is to add on which table you want to do the query. So I have by default only one table, so I'll say add. Then I'll say close. Just see, all the fields are coming here and it is showing that admission number is the primary key. Now I want to have only the admission number. The one way is you just drag it and drop it here. This is one way. Another way is you see the drop down menu here, just select student name. This is another way. Third way is just go here, double click, you will get the bus route. Now you want to sort it out on the student name, then go to the student name and click on ascending order, right? Ascending order means alphabetically it is going to show you the result. Then you want to have the criteria, because query is that showing or extracting records based on some criteria. Now what is my criteria? Suppose my criteria is IPV bus routes I want. So I'll close it from here. It says yes. The name of the query is query 1 only. Okay. Did you see this query 1 is coming in this navigation bar? Go here. Only one child is there with IPV. So we have only one child going in IPV in 10th A. Right? This is how the query happens. Then the last object which we are going to do is the report. Report is basically for giving you the kind of a hard copy to somebody, like if a teacher wants to HM asks her that find out all those students who are getting C1 grade in maths. So she is going to get a query done. Now after the query done, she cannot show the laptop to her. She can have a designed layout of her report and take a printout and give it to her. So that is known as a report. Whenever you have to design management information reports, then we have reports as a object which can be used. We can use report wizard over here. Again, do we want from the query or we want from the table? Let's say we want from the table only, all the fields we want, and next we click करेंगे. Then we're going to go, we want all this, we don't want any grouping because there is no grouping. Or if we want to have grouping on the bus route, we can have grouping on the bus route. So did you see bus route is going to come? Within that, admission number, roll number, student name, house is going to come, right? Suppose I don't want house, I don't want roll number, I don't want admission number, I want only student name. So we'll get only student, grouping is not to be done like this. Only one grouping is there and I don't want, yeah, that's it. Then we'll go to next. I don't want to have a sorting done. Go to next. Portrait design. I don't want the landscape design, portrait. There are 3 types of layout: stepped, block or outline. Stepped is good enough. Go to next. There are various, let it be a module only. Give the name of the report, let's say a report of bus routes, and finish. Just see, now IPV has only one child, RNE3 will have only one child, SW1 will have only one child, SW2 will have only one child. So this is how report will help the management to put some kind of a decision making done based on such kind of reports. So these are 4 types of objects which we have done. Table, which is a primary object, and a database should have a single table, then query, and then your form, and then the report. So just see the icons also, you should remember the icons as well. And the advanced portions we're going to learn in the next class. Thank you.